And we're recording. We are back. Yeah, I wouldn't say Kaiku is designed as weird as Nameku. I would just say that Kaiku is just really he's going from a unit that used to tank to just kind of like I survive and then dodge, which is an interesting design to say the least. That's all I gotta say for that. But I don't think he's a bad unit. I just think he's really weirdly designed. Okay. Now we have Carnival Gohan, which is another interesting unit here. This guy can do a lot. I hope he's good. From the calcs I saw earlier, I don't have a lot of confidence in this guy. I cannot lie. I really don't from the calcs I saw. But Kaiku's calcs were also different on mine than it was on his. Mine were higher. So we're going to go ahead and see what we get here. So at 100%, Carnival Gohan is at 18,000. I'm going to add a few more equips onto him because of the defensive equips. So I'm going to raise him up to 20,000. 156. That's the number, right? Yeah, that's the equips number he would have. All right, so let's erase this. Gohan, we're probably going to try to find and trying to see if he has the same amount of linking partners. That's what we're going to try to do here. His attack is going to be whatever it is on here. So let me change that as well. So 18,745. Perfect. Okay. So now Gohan starts off with 158% attack and defense. Basically, something you saw with Kaioku. It's gonna be that same gimmick of names. It's gonna be because this is gonna go up to 416, and the other one's gonna go up to 416 as well. Perfect. Then let's see here. Then you have attack and chance of crit 58% up. So he gains 58% attack on super. Then multiplicative for every attack received, he gains 200% attack. And then multiplicative defense, he gains up to 300%. Cool. All right. Yeah, I have it at 416 right now. That's correct. I have the 14. I have the attack at 416%, multiplicative at 300%. Then you have I think that's all, right? Defense, attack, all that's up. His crit is at 58% already. He gains up to 58% dodge. And then he has launches an attack that has a great chance of becoming a super, launches an additional super, and then launches an additional super when HP gets 58% or less. So you can launch a good amount of supers. Let's look at all of his effects. I feel, oh, actually, who's he linked with first? Who's his linking partner? Kaiku clearly, but yeah, it won't be him. Who is it? What's his links? Those two, and then that's it. So he's only gonna have 35% attack on my calculations. Only because it's just like there's no one with Sand Warrior race. There is All in the Family, but again, I don't have. If you're running on Diamond's team, you're not gonna have All in the Family up. You're just not. So it is what it is. So on his 18 key, it is now changed to greatly raise his attack and raise his defense. However, since we will be running a conditional super attack, the unit super attack, we will be seeing what the effect of that is. So hold up. Aren't they all different effects? Yes, they are. Hold up. So the 12 key is greatly raises attack, okay? The 18 key is greatly raises attack, raises defense, and raises superclass allies attack by 30% for 1 turn. And then I think the other two are greatly raises attack, raises defense. No. Wait. Yes. Yoko's is not an AoE, right? Hold up. Let's see how it's worded here. So on... Oh, it is an AoE. Okay. It is an AoE on the conditional. Okay. So it's going to greatly raise attack, raises defense, does Mega Colossus to everybody, and greatly lowers attack or raises superclass allies attack by 30% for 2 turns. Okay. So on his first super, it's a stack and then a stack. When it's stackable defense, it's always 20%. It won't be 30%. And then he also raises allies attack by 30%. So that's actually going to go here once he does this on the turn. Okay. Then his 12 key is greatly raises attack. That's it. It does not give him defense. I'm 99% certain. His 12 key does not give defense. Correct. Okay. So 1 super. How many can you do? So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's include the other, and then 5. So let's actually include, so that's 1, and then 4 here, 200%. That's too much. Hold up, 200%. About 38 mil. Okay. Not terrible, not crazy. So here's my concern with Gohan so far. For the first 7 turns, Gohan should be super, super, super tanky, from my understanding here. Okay. So let's go to turn 7. Let's see what it maxes out. So that's turn 1, turn 3, turn 5, turn 7. Okay. So on turn 7, about a 4 mil defense with 70% damage reduction. Again, this is without links. I mean, if you include the links, I mean, probably closer to 5 mil, maybe. What other links do you have? Okay, if you link to this, let's see, your gaze of respect, 10%. So we'll just say he has like all the links for some reason. It'd still be around 5.2 mil. But for the heck of it, we're not going to use that. Also, if he kept stacking, he would have on turn 7, 50, 100, 150, 200 here. And then you would also have an extra 30 here. So about 46 mil supers, about a 4 mil defense with 70% damage reduction. No guard. It'd just be opposite class and neutral. I don't love that because he still takes damage from a 15 mil super. Now, if you have the links up, let's just say, you know, then he is eating that fairly well. Okay, what about a 17 mil, or no, sorry, a 17 mil super? Okay, he's eating that pretty well. All right, what about like a 23 mil super? Yeah, he would take damage. Okay. Now, assuming I'm incorrect, And it's actually a 30% raise and not a 20% raise. It could eat that. Now, I'm not certain if it's 20% or 30%. It's hard to know what percentage this is. But let's include equips real quick. Let's add another 1,000 to this Gohan if you have the proper equips. This is with the God equips. He can tank up to a 24 mil super. Post super. So post super on turn 7. Tanking about a 520, or tanking about a 24 mil super. This is with like no support, by the way. 0 support. And again, if we're running him on the Daima team, hold up. There's a lot of support you can get on this team. A ton of support you can get on this team. Remember, first of all, first layer support comes in on Vegeta's EX Super, which for some reason is not showing up on the wiki. Okay, so we'll go to Dokkan Info for this. Because for some reason, Wiki doesn't have the EX Super tags. I don't know why. Where is Vegeta? Okay. So on his EX Super, he raises allies' defense by 10% for each time he does it. Let's just say he does it twice, right? It's 20%. 6.8. Lower that number a little bit, right? All right, but let's say this is the rotation that Mini Vegeta's on it as well. What if Mini Vegeta's on this rotation as well? Mini Vegeta does change a lot of things for this guy, by the way. You'll see why in a second. So Mini Vegeta, right here, he gives 33% defense to allies for 1 turn. Each super he does. So let's just say he does 3. So that brings that down to, what is that? 99, G minus 1 from 100, so 525. Now we're at an 8 mil defense from just 3 Vegeta supers on that turn. What does that mean? This guy is not taking damage. That's what that means. It would take a 29 mil super to, he would tank a 29 mil super. It's pretty impressive, I can't lie. It does require support, 100%. But that's pretty good. Now, again, for this to happen, you would need to get 2 EX supers of Vegeta on the turn before or the turn after. Or sorry, that turn or the turn before. And then you would need 3 supers from Mini Vegeta, which is really not that unrealistic. The only thing is this is turn 7. So I think Kaiku's pretty good. I'm sorry. I think these two are pretty good. I think they're interesting, to say the least. But like, this Gohan needs to be rainbowed. This Gohan needs to have all the mega equips. Gohan needs all the support to look good. If your Gohan is 55%, I don't know how your Gohan's gonna perform. So that concerns me a bit. Is this unit is super dupe dependent. I don't think this unit is gonna shine outside of scenarios like this. This is like his literally best case scenario. I mean, you get Igo Cheetah buffs too, of course, but this is pretty much his best case scenario, which is support from Mini Vegeta, support from adult Vegeta. This is with Cold Judgment up somehow. I don't even know how that would happen, but you would need it up, and you would need up his other links. Yeah, I mean, Looks good. And you gotta remember this Gohan also has 58% dodge. So, and he also gives 3 key to superclass allies, which is huge for the Daimyo units. So I don't know what to think about this Gohan quite yet, quite frankly. I think he's good in some scenarios. I do wonder how this actually translates in game, because if it's all base stats and everything we just calced, I don't think this Gohan is that good. Especially turn 1, this Gohan really does not impress me. He does have guard turn 1 though, which does help. But I think the concern is, of course, is the fact that you're not gonna have a ton of leeway from turns 3 to 5. Turn 7 is going to be fine, but then you go to turn 9 and the Gohan's not good again. So who said this earlier? Sarah, you said this earlier. This unit actually reminds me of Namaku's design. This is the unit that reminds me of Namaku's design. I think Kaiku is more one note. I mean, you know what you're getting from turn 1 to turn 7. This Gohan feels more like Namaku last year than the Kaiku does, because Gohan on turn 1 and turn 7 is great. Turn 3 and turn 5 and past turn 7, absolutely not. Yeah, I mean, because the thing that sucks is this Gohan's only getting 1 stack every turn, only 1 stack. And again, this is the numbers that if the numbers do align, and this is a 30% stack and not a 20% stack, then Gohan will look a little more impressive for sure. But we'll see. We do have to account for the fact that this Gohan does have 58% dodge though. Having 58% dodge does give you some good leeway here, because having that dodge is going to help you out in good scenarios. And the fact that Gohan potentially can tank some of these supers as well is really good on top of all of that. For certain Gohan's tanking normals, I don't think that's a question. I just think the question more so comes down to, are you going to be able to handle some supers? Now, this Gohan will take damage, or this Gohan could struggle against Bio Broly because of type disadvantage. But outside of that, I think this Gohan is pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this guy, actually. He looks better than I anticipated. The problem is this Gohan's 55% for me. So even though he does look good, I do wonder if he's even usable at 55% though. I will test them out myself. I just don't know if that's the case. But anyways, for those watching on YouTube, this will be the end of the Gohan Calc case. For those tuning in on the Twitch live stream, stay tuned. We got one more person to calc, which is the Trunks. We'll kind of get an idea of what we're looking at here in the Trunks. So let me go ahead and stop the recording on the side for YouTube, and we'll go ahead and do the last part of the calc.